The following live broadcast is rated ESV PG, basically because of the mysteries that come out of our mouths. Good luck. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Ear, Shoulder, Voice. On tonight's show, we're going to be just talking about a bunch of different topics, whatever's on your mind. No matter who you are, if you got something to talk about, let us know. I'm definitely probably going to hit up the topic of procrastination out there because that's something that definitely gets on me on a daily basis. And whatever else you want to discuss, we're here for you. So coming right up, enjoy it. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Love is everywhere. Love is everywhere. Together, always together.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Ear, Shoulder, Voice. I am Keith Litfin. We're glad to have you here today. This is another one of our open forum shows, which means it's anything that you want to talk about, we're here for you. Anything you want to discuss on your mind, good, bad, positive, negative, we want to discuss it with you. We're a place where you can talk openly without fear, without judgment, or anything like that. Don't forget you can live call into the show anytime you want to, simply by going to earshouldervoice.com/join. And while you're here, like, share, subscribe, and follow Ear, Shoulder, Voice on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Twitch. We're on all those. And don't forget to engage us live in the chat, because that's what we're here for. We're here for your stories and for you to share just as much as we're going to share with you. But of course, I say we, you just see me, so let's bring in a panel. Also, as a reminder to everybody here, as those panels come in, this is our open forum and it's now a giveaway show. What that means, we give away one of our merchandising products during every Sunday show. All you got to do is engage in the chat. Once you engage in that chat, you are entered and we draw towards the end of the show to see who won. Tonight we'll be giving away an ESV, a brand new item we just added, the Ear, Shoulder, Voice stainless steel water bottle, fully insulated hot and cold liquids with the Ear, Shoulder, Voice logo, and sharing the journey to a happier me. So we hope you're there for that. We hope you can win that. Other than that, let's bring in our first panelist. Please welcome back Anthony. Anthony, how you doing?
Doing well, Keith. How are you?
I am, how am I always doing? Amazing, fantastic, and wonderful. That's just how I am. Even when I'm miserable, I'm amazing, fantastic, and wonderful.
Well, of course, yeah. Just look at you.
So, yeah, I'm fat, I'm jolly, it's our job. But, so what's your week been like? Anything exciting happening?
I wouldn't say exciting.
You wouldn't say exciting? Entertaining?
Entertaining for sure. I went golfing yesterday for the first time in a minute, and that was entertaining to say the least.
Was your game still good or not?
Oh no, my game was never good.
Was it up to par?
I did wonderful for my old standards, but for a normal golfer, no, I am not. No.
So it's like me in bowling. I take a year off of bowling. I can't bowl for shit anymore. But compared to my normal standards, good. To anybody else, you're still going to wipe the floor with me. Not like when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was a lot better. Who thought I'd get worse with age? Who knew?
It's weird.
All right. Well, we're going to bring in our next panelist. Please welcome Gabriel. Welcome back to the show.
How's it going?
It's going well. How about with you?
Good.
I love the new colorful setup you got going behind you.
Thank you. So
It's very fancy and high tech.
My Pez.
I've got posters on the floor, and you got this fancy museum setup. I'm like,
Just pop dolls and Pez and Fallout guys.
Bernie in the corner.
Bernie, that's right. Peeking out. Gotta have it.
so how has your week been going?
Good. Just enjoying the fact that the weather is finally starting to turn for the better, and hopefully that's going to stay consistent and not go straight to 100 within the next week.
I'm good with that too. I spent most of the day swimming. As long as I got that pool, I don't care.
Nice.
On there. Jan's here. Just a reminder, Jan, she is mentioning why is Pelosi and Biden still in office. Hillary is not behind bars. We do not discuss politics like this on this show, Jan. I'm sorry you feel that way, but you definitely want to talk to somebody who's more into divisive politics on there, because that's not what we do discuss. We'll discuss anything else, but not divisive politics on there. But welcome to the show, Jan. We always like having you on.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I don't know. I'm suddenly getting energy. Again, I'm starting to feel and I'm starting to get into things. And I was going to bring up procrastination. Who here procrastinates on shit they got to do?
Oh, me. Totally. Yeah.
You do too?
Sure.
Now, do you have the problem? Because what happens with me, and this is what's been happening this week. Suddenly you get the energy and you're like, you're going to hit all these things. So now you have 100 things you can't finish you're trying to do simultaneously all at once.
Right.
And you end up procrastinating more. And that has been like my entire week. I suddenly said, well, screw it. Okay, I'm going to do more of this website. Well, hell, while I'm here, let me work on the karaoke stuff for there. And I started rewriting the software, and I started updating the data. And I spent like 8 hours in the middle of the night last night just updating songs that I didn't need to be doing right then. And I don't accomplish anything because to me it's an all or nothing scenario.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
When I clean my house, I do kind of the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Sort of a moment. It's a moment of inspiration where you're just you get the energy. You're like, all right, what else can I finish up in 20 minutes?
Exactly. Jan is back right here. Says I'm waiting on Tuesday to go to the kidney doctor. What's going on with that, Jan? Everything okay? Let us know. We'd love to talk to you about it. Whatever's going on with the kidney doctor, you got to check out. Don't forget, just comment on this stream. Ask us any questions. If you have anything on your mind that happened, just let us know. And you'll also be entered to win that water bottle at the end of the show. So, what were you saying, Gabriel? What was your latest procrastination thing?
Well, I just cleaned the car today, and it just, with a 7-year-old, it just has a mountain of Cheerios and Cheetos and everything you can imagine stuck in the crevices. So, but nice little story. Essentially, I went to the car wash to do this because my wife is going to a wedding with her mother today, so that's nice. So I cleaned it for her. I go to the car wash and I put in $1 to try to get change out of the dollar slot. It's not working. It won't take it. So they have a vending machine to the left of it, which sells you the air fresheners and all that, towels and all that shit. So I put it in there. It takes it. All right. And so I go, all right. So I hit the button to give me quarters, and it gives me 8 quarters for my $1.
Oh, nice.
So immediately off the bat, that's like, all right. So I get an air freshener. It gives me 2 air fresheners right off the bat. So this thing is clearly fucking broken. So that's nice. So I get, the change and all that stuff, and I'm washing the car, and I go to put the quarters in the slot, and I put in 3 quarters, and then I go to put in the 4th, and it won't take it. And I'm like, oh great, this thing is jammed. This thing's not gonna fucking work, and it just took my 75 cents. So I look down, and one of the quarters is actually a 1980 dollar.
Oh, nice.
So that it was a nice day at.
Well, yeah, I mean,
wash.
it's not a lot of money, but it's still like 300% your investment.
Right.
More than that. I mean,
Absolutely.
slot machines and car washes, that's what you need. Because your luck is on a roll there. Do you know how to just wash your car, or are you one of those people that's either going to get piled up or it's going to get detailed?
No, I mean, I buy 2 towels. And
I can't. I'm going to pull into the vacuum area of the car wash. I'm just going to vacuum it really quick. And next thing you know, I'm buying all these wipes. I'm detailing my car because I can't just stop.
Yeah, it's, maybe I used to be like that, but it would take some serious effort to get the
Jan,
everything out of there.
Jan says regarding the kidneys, it's decreasing function. It could be because being on ibuprofen for nerve damage in her feet, on the verge of frostbite in Michigan. When you lived out here, Michigan's famous for the frostbite, of course, because you get frostbite here in July sometimes. But I'm sorry to hear. Do they have an idea what it is, just decreasing function? Are they thinking it's because of that ibuprofen, and it's something you think they're going to be able to fix on there? Because I know how hard it is, especially these waiting games when you have to be on there waiting to get the results or finding out what's happening. You said you have been on ibuprofen since 2011 per a neurologist. Now, I didn't know actually ibuprofen had that kind of effect on there. I knew that acetaminophen did, as well as the bladder, the kidneys and stuff, and the liver. Acetaminophen was bad for. I didn't know that about ibuprofen. And I take that a lot, especially with the back problems I've been having. I've been hitting a lot of the ibuprofen. Mm-hmm. Have you figured out anything, Jan, on what you're doing? Have you stopped taking it, or is there any options you can take, hopefully, on there? Drina's here. Drina, welcome back. We love having you watching from the sweetest sides of Detroit, Michigan, and the USA, Drina. Glad to see everyone. Really glad to see you, too. Definitely. I always love the things you have to say on this show right now. And one of the things Drina brought up, and I want to bring it up because you brought it up last show, and it's a good topic, and that's about eating fish out of the Detroit River, first of all, and the safety of it. She had brought that up on the last show really quick, and I'm like, we got to bring this up on the open forum. And she has it, and Drina also said she got her hat that she won on our last open forum show we have. Glad to hear that. Hope you like it. And she says she loves it. So, the reason I want to ask about that is we also, in a little bit with what we did on our COVID show, we talked about FDA and stuff like that, and the stuff we put in our bodies, and the vaccines. Do you think that we are putting too much junk into our bodies that way? Like, do we really care? Because we're like, I know people that go grocery shopping and they do kind of what you were talking about, Anthony. They look for that FDA, they look for all that good things, but then they'll go and have White Castle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Flamin' Hot Cheetos are FDA approved. You know,
They're definitely not asshole approved. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I was like,
one thing I will say is that, so I spent about a total of a year in Germany. And the first 3 months I went there, I lost like 30 pounds just because we were walking around and their food is just like their ground beef that you buy from a grocery store. It's just beef. It's not, you don't have an option of 80-20 or 95-5. It's just what they give you. And it's good quality, right?
but what do they do with all that excess? I mean, we have it as a way to get rid of certain fats and stuff like that out of certain meats.
I'm not sure. I didn't really ask any of the guys over there, but I just know that they're a lot more conscious about the foods and the things that they put in their body, more so than we are with food here. Hence the White Castles and the Taco Bells and all of that. But yeah, that was definitely a very big kind of eye opener as far as the food side of the FDA, because we're allowed to eat just anything if it's safe.
Well, the United States is one of the most obese countries in the world. And it's not necessarily because of lack of exercise. Yes, we're lazy. We're lazy people by nature because, well, we're just lazy. I don't know. But it's because a lot of the foods we eat. Right. And the other thing that I think that we do, and I don't know if this is totally true around the world, is it is way too expensive to eat healthy anymore. Yeah. Mm-hmm. To get less ingredients, it costs you more to do.
Yeah.
To get less preservatives.
And that's, over there isn't an option for organic. Not that I saw of when I was there, but it was just, the produce is coming from somebody's farm.
Right.
The meat is coming from the next town who someone grew that cow or pig or whatever, and they had it butchered. Like, it's good quality stuff.
Well,
there's no surcharge on the good quality because that's all they really have.
You mentioned Germany, and I find that weird because I always thought sausage was literally just everything crammed into an intestine. Like,
well,
I didn't think they were that picky.
Sausage, but it's some good stuff over there. I'll tell you that.
Well, if it's that good, it can't be that good for you.
That's true.
But apparently it is. What were you going to say, Gabe?
Just that American food is, the equivalent of someone cutting into your cocaine just to make more of it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's amazing what gets by as that you can still call chicken these days, or something like that, because you look at this, endless list of, chicken flavor mixed with Bravo flavor.
Yeah, It's so much
all
stuff
this
just added as filler.
crazy, and that's what what all these documentaries and everything are talking about, because it's really not good for you, but they are spreading out the actual chicken and putting in so much more of these preservatives and chemicals and
But
things
you know
like
why
that.
they get away with that is because we are portion obsessed. And because you could take a piece of chicken that's like yay big and it's been processed, it's filled with all these chemicals. And
Yeah.
a piece of chicken this big that's all natural is going to get you equally as filling without all the stuff in it because your body's actually processing the meat and the protein. It's not doing anything with the rest of the stuff. We're so portion obsessed that we're willing to buy that because it's more and we're putting all these other ingredients into our bodies. And I'm definitely not innocent in that. I mean, I'm drinking right now and this probably isn't the best thing in the world either.
But like Anthony, what about Germany? Like, what have you seen as far as portion? Is it
It's a lot smaller.
is it smaller?
Yeah, like their large at McDonald's is our medium,
Really?
right? And then like their medium is our small. It's
When McDonald's introduced supersize, that's when everything I think went furthest downhill.
I can say that.
Because everybody had to compete with McDonald's now, and supersize doesn't exist, but technically their ingredients are the same size, or their sizes are the same size as supersize. They're just larger now. Back to Jan's problem right now. She says her PCP pulled her off of the ibuprofen a month ago when she ran blood work and found a 3A kidney damage. She told me to take acetaminophen for the pain, no more than 6 a day. And there, well, that's good. Obviously, ibuprofen is hard, and acetaminophen is going to be better for that, especially in your situation on there. I do wish that would work out. She says the pain wakes her up at 5 a.m., so she takes another acetaminophen. Yeah. Hopefully, they'll figure that out. Some kidney damage happens. Sometimes it is fixable, but I know the struggle you're going through right now of just waiting to find out. I'm sorry for the pain. I'm hoping the acetaminophen is helping you right now. If you definitely need somebody to talk to, too, outside of that, feel free to message us even when we're not on the show. We'd love to, give you somebody to talk to when you're going through this. I've definitely dealt with that waiting period on things before, so I understand where you're going to. Here's Cole Orton. Cole Orton, welcome back. We love having you here. Just wait for genetically modified and synthetic meat. Hopefully they'll make it artificially a lot healthier. I would like that. So, Cole Orton, and I know I'm always asking you questions about being across the pond here, but we had Anthony talking about Germany. Is the UK the same way? Are they more cautious? I don't know if you heard him talk, but he said everything there is kind of healthier. It's like natural. They don't add as much stuff to their ingredients as far as he knows. Either that or it's just a foreign language and he can't tell if they add it or not. I don't know.
That could be as well.
And some of those chemicals are just straight up banned in that country. You're not allowed to put them in food. There's a long list of shit that you can put in food in America that you can't put anywhere else.
That was my thing with the FDA and people talking about the FDA. Now, the FDA does good things. It's good we have it, but they let so many things, because they're not illegal, get through the cracks that go into a lot of everyday things you're eating. Please, we got another panelist coming on here. Please welcome back. It's been a while. Hardy, what's going on?
Yo. Buenos dias, muchachos.
Did we, catch you in the middle of something? Apparently we did.
Oh, yeah.
I was like...
Speaking of GMO,
All right.
GMO,
I'm
what?
just eating some salad.
Hey, salad
Big fruit
is sometimes good for you. Salad's supposed to be good for you. It doesn't work for me because I think all the cheese and ranch and all that other crap I put on it probably doesn't help.
You gotta pile that shit on it.
I know.
Oh yeah, or else it doesn't taste good.
Rabbit food is best doused in ranch.
I believe everything's
I agree.
based off the ranch.
Absolutely. But back to Cole Orton was setting with genetically modified and synthetic meat. Do you think that it'll be healthier if they do it right?
Don't you think they're going to have to eventually? I mean,
They
there's
haven't yet.
overpopulation. Yeah, but they're already starting
as
to.
far as genetic modification, haven't they already started doing that over here to kind of
Right.
with the white?
But they keep finding out that things
chickens and-
that are genetically modified are worse for you. They're finding that out with a lot of stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're sort of playing around with it to find out what sort of kills you and what doesn't.
Well, Cy, do you think there's truly a way to fuck with nature to make the man-made version better?
I think, like I said, eventually they're going to have to. Right now, I want to say in the U.S., most of the meat from everywhere comes from like 2 or 3 large slaughterhouses for the whole country. And for the bulk of it, your popular brands that they sell at Kroger and all that stuff. So if I think that was one of the big things when the COVID thing came around, was like, with one of those shut down, there's so much dependence on that one business to provide meat for the rest of the country. So obviously, if that plant is doing something to their meat, it's going to affect a very large amount of people.
Well, I mean, they're doing it with vegetables. They're doing it with everything out there to try to make it better. And I mean, a lot of these restaurants and stuff have gotten in trouble for it. KFC being one of them at one point. Even though the rumors about what they were doing were greatly exaggerated, they were definitely modifying things and making it unnatural. And I don't necessarily think that's better. And I hated, like I said, trying to eat healthy, because you try to get stuff that I like to eat healthy, not to lose weight, because the energy associated with eating healthy is a lot better.
Yeah.
You feel generally better with yourself when you do. I mean, it's not going to cause me to lose weight, because I can eat, a chicken breast and be fine. But the thing is, I'm eating 3 pounds of chicken breast, so that's not going to do it. I was like,
Portions.
Yeah.
yeah. Colorton responded to it, says, "Oh, we have high food standard laws. Most food is organic. I know some food components in the U.S. are outright banned here, and our portion sizes are a lot smaller and cost more too. And they cost. I still never really understood the idea of costing more. Maybe because of the preservation of the product,
Yeah,
because it doesn't have.
actually food.
They have to sell, and it probably it's actually food. That's
Right.
not what we're used to on there. Well, that's good. I wish we would get some of those laws.
I mean, how do you buy a chicken sandwich for $1?
You don't.
How do you sell a chicken
Like we
sandwich?
told Drina when she mentioned
$1.
fish from the Detroit River, you just don't eat it. Like,
With a bun and cheese, how do you sell it for $1?
well, it's not actually that expensive. That is still, even if they used all natural ingredients as best as they could. Obviously, a bun isn't really all natural in there, but I mean, even if they did, it's not that expensive to make. Their profit margin would just go down.
Right. And if it doesn't cost that much to sell an entire chicken sandwich for $1, what the hell's in it?
That was my thing when suddenly Burger King came out with their nuggets, and it was like $1.49 for the 10-piece and stuff for a long time, and they were broadcasting it, and I refused to eat them. I'm like, I do not trust a 14-cent nugget. You know?
But at the same
I know, they
token,
give you like 80 for $1.49. It's like crazy.
for a large corporation like that, you do get severe discounts when you buy in bulk. So if they just bought a mass quantity to where it costs them a penny per nugget, and they're selling it for 14 cents a nugget, they're still making money, and it's getting people to try their new product.
Right.
So there are ways that like they can save a buck, being that they are these large corporations like Costco and Sam's Club. It's cheaper because you're buying in such a large quantity.
So the question is, the question is, so that you have $1 chicken sandwich, and then you have the Church's chicken sandwich for $3.49. So what the hell is the difference between the two?
Lots of love.
Is it?
Have you had like Popeyes or KFC's chicken sandwich? I think KFC is better than Popeyes.
So
But
good.
it is really good. It's a bigger piece of meat. It's really nicely done. It's still not good for you. None of this stuff is. But at least you feel like you're getting your money's worth. It's definitely a difference in the dollar on there. Kohler, and I wanted to actually get back to his comment and then ask him, he responded to another question. And Kohler, and I don't know if you've ever been to the United States or across the sea, but is there anything, you said they banned a lot of stuff over there. Is there anything we have that you don't have because it's banned? Or do they find a way to pretty much make everything good? I mean, McDonald's is worldwide. How do they get away with those laws? I'm curious about that.
Putting actual meat.
I don't understand that. I was like, that was a selling point a lot of companies use and still use today. Is they always say made with like 100% juice, 100% beef. The catch is made with 100% beef. So if they put in a pound of beef 1 ounce of 100% beef,
It's made with
that pound of beef is made with 100% beef.
And what kind of juice are they talking about?
Right. Well, like the grape juice made with 100% grape juice.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, but then you add shit to that 100% grape juice. It's still made with 100%. The product actually has to be 100%. It's the biggest advertising ploy. I think people think they're eating healthier. What about you, John? What do you think? You've been awfully quiet.
Oh, well, I recently switched from regular milk to oat milk. I'd say about, well, less than a year ago. I've noticed a difference in energy wise and everything because I don't think I'm lactose intolerant, but taking
Yeah.
that much dairy out of my diet really made a difference.
What about flavor? Because I tried
Flavor-wise?
like the soy and the almond milk. I've tried them before. I'm like, it just doesn't hit the spot to being milk.
I like almond milk.
You have to find a good brand. Oat World is my favorite oat milk, and it's just got it's not artificially sweetened or anything, but it's just for some reason it's really good. It's delicious.
Is
I can actually eat that with cereal and whatnot. drink it
right
plain.
cereal, but then what's in the cereal? But yeah, it's
Fruity
it's
Pebbles,
well, we're trapped.
love.
We're trapped here. That's what we kind of, in a sense, we're forced to eat unhealthy, in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. You know, and especially with the way things are open and the options you have. And being a person that works nights, my dinner time is 2 a.m. typically.
Right.
That's when I usually will eat dinner. There is nothing I can get without going home and firing everything up in the middle of a dark house to cook me a meal. There's nothing I can stop and get that is a healthy option. Most places don't even serve the healthy options at that time of night, even if they're open. Pre-COVID, now nothing's open.
Just get you a
But-
crave case. That's healthy, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
It's got to be because I know the next morning I shoot that right out, so my body does not have time to process
You want
it.
to talk about a proper cleanse?
Yes, absolutely. Back to Cole Orton's response. He said, "Are you guys happy to have your meat from factory farms where animal welfare and conditions is low, or would you guys rather have free range meat where the animals have better welfare at a higher cost?" I definitely would be more for free range on meat. I don't like the factory farms. I think the way we run our meat production and distribution, even though I'm not a vegetarian, I think it's ridiculous, period. The idea of mass killing all these animals for us to eat. I'm not going to stop because I love my beef.
Yeah.
But then you get to these. Go ahead.
I wouldn't even say it's so much the mass killing. It's just that these animals are pent up in such small areas that they're not healthy themselves.
Well, that's where he's going with the welfare and conditions.
Yeah. So, like, for me, when you have such a large country, you are going to have to kill mass quantities of animals to feed a country of this size. So that's going to happen regardless. But I think it's more the welfare that is important because you can. It's going to sound stupid, but you can taste the difference if you get a steak of, somewhere where the cow walking up and down a hill all of its life, or
Oh,
just
100%.
sitting in a cage.
But I mean, some of the things we do, and people, when they talk about that, they're talking about the cows and chicken that grow up to full. And then you take into other things like veal. I mean, the way these younglings are actually raised to be killed off so early. It is a disgusting world when you really think about it. And again, I'm not stopping because I'm one of these people of the world that likes his meat. I like the stuff, but there's something severely wrong with the way we do it. I would definitely take better welfare at a higher cost. And it tastes better too, like you were saying.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant down, it's probably about 5 miles from me. It's in downtown Anchor Bay. And I went there and I got a steak. I'm like, this is one of the best steaks I've had in a long time. They're like, yeah, we raise our cows ourselves. We do it out there, and it was all fresh. And it's one of the only places I know in the area that I've ever seen that does that. And you could so much taste the difference.
Oh, for sure.
What do you think? John or Gabe, what would you pick? The ability to have the more meat the way they're doing it now, or pay the higher cost?
Oh
having
yeah,
better
for
welfare?
sure. Well, that's probably the difference between the dollar and the $2.49, right? When it comes to the chicken and cow and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean they've obviously come out and said that when they sort of corn-fed Iowa beef and all this other shit, when it comes to them raising them holistically and with it, stress adds to like a tougher meat or something like that, I think. So they've definitely discovered that being kind helps for a better taste. It's nicer to the.
That's just such a wrong way to put it, though.
Just
Be
take your
nice.
cows on a date.
Yeah.
That's what it
Nice
is.
Take them to a
meal before
nice
they get
restaurant,
slaughtered.
wine and dine them.
Right. I mean, they're not as nice as they are. They're not waiting for them to just die of old age. You know what I mean?
Well, that probably
just-
wouldn't lead to better taste anyway.
Right.
It's just be nice to them so they taste better. Not for their life. Just make sure we got to get a better
But
taste
that's-
out of them.
but That's what it is.
I agree
man.
with that.
You know,
Be
no
kind to your
matter how
cows.
you put it.
Oh, that's just there is no way to put that, but you're right. Jan says she has a problem eating animals that someone I know raised, 10 killed, and ate. My stepdaughter won't talk to me because of this. She used to have a farm and served us hamburgers from one of her cows. I could not eat it because I seen this cow. I fed this cow. I couldn't see. That's one thing. I've always wanted to live on a farm, but I couldn't kill the animals and eat them. I get too big of an attachment with animals. I don't care what they are. I could not kill it and eat it. And that's why I never understood why we name certain foods just the animal. Like chicken is chicken. I like what we do with cow. Cow's the only one, and a little bit with pig, that we give the respect to call it something different.
Yeah, but chicken's better than fluffy. Like you don't want, you know, you don't want to eat fluffy.
But I couldn't. Could you? Who has killed and eaten? I don't know if any of you hunt or anything, or known somebody who's killed and eaten their own food out there. Anybody?
I hunt deer. I usually
hunt.
get 1 to 2 every year. That is the best meat possible. My freezer's completely full right now. I got about 120 pounds of meat. It's really good. I love deer more than anything. Beef is just as good, but it's got to be a quality beef. But then again, what do you know that what's quality
Right.
when these places are telling you that it's quality? It might not be.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But you're okay, obviously, with killing. What if you pet the deer first? Do you still want to eat it?
If I could get that close to a deer and pet it, it'd be a pretty exciting day. Like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm going to shoot you, but I'm going to have you back up.
So it's not
I
going to
can-
make a difference in the
myself.
outcome.
Right.
Right.
What about you,
Fine, before
Anthony?
shoot it in the head.
I've never killed an animal, but it doesn't bother me knowing that somebody had to kill that animal.
I think I'm on Jan's page. If I've seen the animal alive, it bothers me. If I've never seen the animal alive, I'm fine with it. You know, somebody brought, like I said, that steak place, they kill their own cows. Well, that's fine. But if I went and I knew that place and I saw those cows, I'd be wondering if I was eating poor Bessie. You know?
So what
But you
about
never name them.
Red Lobster? Have you ever picked a lobster?
No,
death.
I have not. They get so gypped too because they probably come from these aquariums. They see all their other fish friends go out and stuff like that. People come over, they pick fish, they give them a nice home. Lobster's probably thinking, "Ooh, somebody's going to take me to a nice home. This is awesome," and it's not awesome. Then they cook them.
But it is awesome with
And
butter.
it sounds
Catch
like
a
they're
glimpse of what's
screaming.
behind that kitchen door.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Charlie in a while.
It's just that one quiet lobster in the corner of the tank that's not saying
Help me.
anything.
Help
I
me.
I actually don't like fresh lobster at all. I like the taste if somebody does it and puts it, but you get the whole lobster in the shell and you're supposed to eat it like that. I can't. If you ever wonder where the term "shit for brains" came from, that's exactly what it is. It's one of the grossest things in the world when it's fresh. You chop off that tail and serve it to me so I don't have to know it's lobster.
Same with shrimp.
Yeah, same thing. Fresh doesn't taste as good either, like fresh clam. There's some things, especially with seafood, that sometimes fresh, it gets too much of that seafood taste being fresh, and it ruins it. And I discovered that. Well, shrimp isn't as bad, but clams was one that was really big. Fresh clams, oh my God. I
had-
want them processed.
I had the job of deturning shrimp at a fancy restaurant.
Mud vein.
Oh, my mom used to have to do that for my aunt
Yeah.
all the time. I'm like, you're going to eat the damn shrimp, do it yourself. In response, she says there's a food market there called Fiesta. I've been in it once, seen pig heads, etc. Never again. People eat that stuff, though. And it's... It's like if you ever go to like Chinatown, or it's called different in Toronto. Toronto, I can't remember the name of the street in Toronto, but it's like that. And all the stores had these animals just hanging, rabbits and ducks and stuff like that, just hanging on there. That is not appetizing to me. Now, John, since you kill these things, do you ever look at a deer and go, that probably tastes pretty good?
It's not really what I'm thinking when I see one. It's mostly just, okay, here we go.
I've always wondered where the obsession with having these animals hanging down, for the public to see comes from. Because I don't find it appealing. It makes me like her. I don't want to go in that place.
I will tell you, after you shoot one, it's pretty sad, especially if they don't die right away. I definitely do feel for them. I found one on the side of the road one time. We were actually coming back from deer camp after a hunting trip, and we found a deer that had just gotten hit by a car, probably within an hour of us passing that same spot. So we pulled over, and we ended up having to kill it because it was in such pain. Its legs were broken, and it was just dying. So,
Drina, do you see
feel
what
bad.
you started?
I had to turn around because my cousin ended up doing it. I had to turn around. It's brutal. Hunting is a brutal sport.
It is, and I get it. Like I do respect hunting your own food to eat. That's part of the the food
That's why
chain. That's how
I don't
it
do it
works.
for the sport of it. I do it because I like
Yeah,
to eat.
I can't really do it personally, but I do understand the process of why people do it.
But either way, I mean, to me, I personally think that, a lot of people are anti-hunting, but if you are a meat eater, then I believe it's better if you have to actually go out and forage for
Would you?
yourself.
It's a lot cheaper.
I wouldn't. That's just not me.
That's my view on it. That's what I mean.
Right.
Like I get it.
Like I wouldn't because it is provided everywhere else. But I hold no judgment towards anybody who wants to hunt. I mean, it's
If
I
you're
don't
not
know.
hunting for sport, I think there's a limit with the hunting for
right,
sport.
or an endangered animal or things like that. But if we have a deer population problem in Michigan to the point where they're issuing these extra licenses or early licenses to sort of control that population, I think it's a great way for that to happen.
Jan said she couldn't go into a restaurant, pick out a lobster that was live in a tank, and I want that one. No. That's what I've never understood. Even with the lobsters, like, do they look more tasty, or is it just because you want the bigger one, or you don't want the one that's belly up? I don't know. On there, but it's going to come out the same. Why pick it and show it live first? And it's a rich thing, but rich people do stupid things when it comes to food. They find things people shouldn't eat, escargot, and eat it. Like, fish eggs and all that other stuff. Somehow it's a delicatessen. Monkey brains,
Do you
etc.
guys know anybody who's ever
Indiana Jones.
eaten those pickled pig's feet or anything like that?
My grandparents used to. I've never, because I'm just grossed out by it. My grandparents used to. They used
about
to
you,
cook it,
Anthony?
and
Well, I spent some time in Mexico,
So you've
Enough said.
definitely seen some of that too.
and I've tried some. I've tried some interesting things. Some were really good that I would have never thought to try.
Yeah.
Others couldn't do it.
They
Like
eat a
what?
lot of bugs there.
Yeah,
That was the first
Has
time.
anybody
I
ever eaten bugs? I know
I've
we're
eaten
getting
a
on weird
worm
topics right
out of the
now.
tequila, and they got scorpion tequila, which has a
My
baby
brother
scorpion
ate
in
the
it.
scorpion.
bottle.
I
My
ate
brother
the
ate the
scorpion.
scorpion.
It tastes like a rubber band. It's gross.
Ooh.
Terrible.
Okay, yeah.
I just have a bottle for display purposes.
Did it get you really fucked up? Because I've heard that the bug or
Yes,
creature inside there is
because
going to
it-
mess you up.
Oh yeah, it ferments in there for years.
Yeah. I was sad to get rid of the scorpion tequila I had, but it was worth it to see my brother drink it. It really was, because I wasn't going to do it. Drina says she is a meat eater, but she couldn't hunt either. I'm on that same page, Drina. I really am. I cannot see the animal first, because I just instantly feel for that animal. On there, Kohler responds, and to the deer hunter, do you hunt deer because they need to be called every now and then, or do you do it for sport and meat? And I think he kind of answered. Go
It's
ahead.
the overpopulation. And they actually the doe population this past year, 2020, was actually overrunning Michigan, where to the point they actually had to take the licenses that they were giving out, where you could shoot a doe with your buck license, because there were so many overrunning the state. So you got specific licenses here. You got a buck license, you got a doe license, or you could do a combo.
Ooh, I have a problem with that one. I'm gonna get back to it in a minute, though.
Okay.
Jan says when she used to go fishing, she put it back. That is so mean.
No. If
I mean-
fish, you got to eat it.
You know what? I get why, because you don't want to kill it, but I'm like, that fish has got to deal with his friend. What happened to your fucking mouth, dude? Some bitch
Listen here, dude.
yanked me out by a hook, made me suffocate for like 30 minutes. I was praying for death, and she threw me back in the water.
Some of the best fish I had was caught off of Lake Michigan.
Really?
We did a charter boat, and we got a bunch of salmon,
Ooh.
and it was so good.
Trina says she never intentionally ate bugs, but there's no telling when you're invited to people's houses. I will say never intentionally ate bugs. We probably all have unintentionally somewhere, and you realize, like we were talking with the mass production and the way they make food and stuff, they're in there. There's so much stuff. I mean, I don't want to go into it because you go into some of these things, people won't eat products again.
Well,
but,
back to the thing about Anthony saying Mexico, they actually eat crickets there.
Yeah.
They fry.
well, that's what I was asking, because you can
Okay.
buy ants here and crickets and grasshoppers and all.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You can buy them. I've never had them, but I was curious if anybody ever did. I've heard they're just like a wafer.
I've had
Really?
a chocolate.
They
Yeah,
are.
they're just the shell at that point. So
That's what I heard.
I had a chocolate covered one, cricket before once.
Did it have flavor beyond chocolate?
No.
Then why? Like, not why'd you eat it, but why do they even do it? If it doesn't have a flavor beyond that, why say, hey, we put a bug in this one for you?
The gimmick.
Protein.
And again, the
protein.
difference in rich and poor. Poor don't want the bugs in their food and pull them out. Rich say add a bug.
Look at caviar, man.
Yeah.
What's the fucking point of caviar?
So no hunting, Colorn says, so no hunting lions in Serengeti anytime soon then.
That'd be fun.
I
wouldn't shoot anything, but like just to go on a trip and like watch people would be pretty entertaining.
I would be I would be a terrible hunter, especially on a safari. I would be eaten because nothing in my head says that I'm not okay going to pet this animal. This animal will like me,
Just going to
and that animal will kill me. But in my head, I'm gonna be like, no, it's a cute kitty cat. I can go pet it. It'll be nice, but it won't be.
I know.
Jan says, "Oh, rain here for the next 8 days." Like she's trying to change the. Oh, rain. So you're not going to get that nice weather down in Texas. Drina says, "Yes, I won't eat peanut butter." That's one of the main things that always comes to my mind when you're talking about what goes in food. That again, FDA allows so much, various elements in peanut butter. Do not ruin it for anybody. If you want peanut butter ruined, look it up. But trust me.
No, why?
That's why I'm stopping
Certain
right
John's
there.
voice.
I'm stopping right there.
What's in peanut butter, Trina?
Peanut and butter.
Yeah, that's
Not
what I
even
always thought.
butter. Not even butter.
I have a
Well,
peanut
now
butter
there is.
addiction.
There's an oil. I still like it. I didn't eat it for about a week, and I was like, what, screw it.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Honestly, it's not going to change my mind, whatever it is.
Jan says, "Has anyone ever plucked a dandelion and ate it?" I have. You can use dandelion leaves in salad. I've heard that, but I've also heard that certain parts of dandelion can be poisonous. Has anybody done that?
I've heard
Yes.
dandelions are actually really healthy for you.
I've heard both. I've heard certain parts, the way you eat them, can be bad for you, but also, like the dandelion leaves in salad, can be good for you.
Like a blowfish.
Yeah, maybe. On there. Don't forget, by the way, while you're here, anybody, all you got to do is engage in the chat, and you can, of course, win this wonderful water bottle, stainless steel water bottle we're giving away today,
Shiny.
just by engaging in the chat.
Does it come with the garland?
The meat leaves?
I'm going to say yes, but I'm lying.
Cool.
All right,
Wow.
I just, nobody else will hear that, so they'll believe me when I say it. Back to these comments. Wait, Gabe, you said you did eat the dandelion?
No, but as a kid, you used to play around and a bunch of bullshit, and then sometimes you would just get dandelion pollen on your hand, and it'd be gross.
Well, I don't know if they're. I mean, maybe the poisonous thing is just something the parents said, so you wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, well, that's a good staple. You don't want to just eat anything.
Brian's here. Hi,
Hey,
Brian.
Brian.
How you doing? Good to see you. Cole Orton says, "Have you ever thought about going vegan with the plant-based meats and all that?" This is weird. This is like our healthy eating episode we got coming up in, I think it's August or late July.
No.
Healthier life with plants. No,
Salad involved.
Bacon.
because, I mean, plants are living creatures too. Just because they're easier to catch doesn't mean they don't,
And
they don't have feelings.
plants feel pain when you eat them too.
I wouldn't go vegan. I like my dairy. I love cheese and stuff like that. Vegetarian, I want to say I would do, but not a chance in hell. I meat and cheese is my go-to. Meat. I don't like potatoes or anything like that generally, but meat and cheese. And obviously, it doesn't do great for me, but I like that shit. But again, I can't. Humans aren't technically designed to eat meat, but it tastes so fucking good. It's not fair. It's cruel. So
Especially with bacon.
I'm trying
Bacon.
to remember. So I hate bacon. That's one I don't like.
Why?
I don't
Really?
like bacon. I don't like
is
bacon.
amazing.
Man card is revoked.
Yeah.
No, I like the flavor of bacon. I cook with bacon. I do not like regular bacon strips.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. It to me, all the flavor goes out of it. Because everybody does it extra crispy, and like when I get that,
Oh, no. You
No,
know,
I like tender, yeah.
It's got to be tender.
Tender.
that's why I cook with it and stuff. Because I
Tender
don't
with
mind it
brown
like
sugar.
that.
Oh,
You got to do thick cut bacon. If you overcook it and it's just a crispy,
Yeah.
it's
But
gotta
people
have
get it that
some-
way all the time, and I'm like, that's got no flavor to it. And that's,
No.
and if I get bacon at most fast food places or anything like that, it's the same thing.
Yeah, they just
You
leave
know.
it on
Get
for
the
9
little
minutes.
paper thin strip that's microwaved and
But I do cook with it, and I like the flavor, and I use the grease from it a lot of times and things because the flavor does add to things. But I don't like straight bacon. If it's tender, I do like it. Brian says his doctor wants him on all vegetables and a fruit only diet, and he makes him sick.
I'm sorry to hear that, Brian.
I am too. I mean, if it's your doctor, and it's obviously for a healthy reason, it could be a good thing to do. But has anybody done like portobello mushrooms instead of meat? Because I see that's a big common thing nowadays.
There's a
I
lot
know
of
people
options.
have, but
Has anybody tried Beyond Meat?
I have. I've
What's
tried
that?
those Impossible Burgers or whatever that they sell.
oh,
I went to in Ferndale that
I'm gonna tell you,
remember
I've
what
never been more
restaurant.
hungry.
and I had one. I know, and I had one, and it was fantastic. It was like a black bean thing.
I had the black. I
Really, really
actually
good.
got the White Castle one, and I got the black bean one because I was curious. And actually, it was pretty good.
Very good.
But it did not replace meat for me.
And sodium wise, it's fucking terrible.
Yes, because
Yeah.
that's how they get that flavor. You add enough salt. Salt brings out flavors. And that's the only way they do it. So, but the Impossible one, the plant-based, you had any of those? I tried Del Tacos at one point, and that one I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah, I had one from Burger King, I think, and then I had the one that they actually served in the restaurants. So
I should
and
try
both of those
Burger
were
King's.
both of those were very good.
Because Burger King, like, makes me sick now. I can't eat Burger King. If I eat their beef, I get sick. And I don't know why. I've had it my whole life. My mom used to get it all the time. And they've obviously changed it. Because Burger King, sadly, is one of the few things that I think taste almost exactly like it used to. Except for it makes me sick now. So it's probably different things they added and changed in that. I might try that Impossible one. Can you have some of that non-beef beef? I know, Brian, it's like, what's the point? But just curious if you're allowed to have that. Jan White says when she lived in Oak Park, the city out here in Michigan, our neighbor used to come over and get some kind of big leaves thawed wild, washed them, and made a mixture of meat, rolled in the leaves, and cooked it. It was called domas. I've had that. There's a few different things. I don't remember what they're called everywhere because they're called different things. They're big in Greek. Greek does a lot of times. They use grape leaves to do it, and they roll them. I forget what that's called.
grape leaves.
Yeah, well, grape leaves. I got that one. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
But I forget, it has another name for it. And that stuff isn't bad either. Give me an Olive Garden salad any day. There's something about their salads, isn't there? I do like their salads. I'm not a fan of their breadsticks, but I like their salads over at Olive
With
Garden.
Alfredo, it's awesome. Breadsticks.
Everything is good with Alfredo.
Oh, I know. I'll just eat. That's all I'll order.
We used to just go to Olive Garden to get that. Jan says, "Don't eat too many apples, Brian. It'll give you the shits." That's true. And depending on the fruit, don't eat too much of any of it because fruit somehow colors your shits, and it's the nastiest thing in the world. If you're eating all green fruit or vegetables, you're gonna have green shits. We on our watermelon diet, we thought we were bleeding out the ass. This because when I was younger, my whole family is big, so it's not anything. And my mom was always trying, or my grandma, to try to put us on these diets to get us loose. So that we tried every freaking fad diet out there, and I mean, God, if you added up, took the pictures every week, it would just my toilet would look like a rainbow. It was the weirdest thing in the world.
Nice.
But yeah, careful what you eat because it all comes out that way. I wanted to get back to something you had said, Hardy, and I haven't forgotten, and that Cole Orton had asked: overpopulation of animals.
Mm-hmm.
What gives us the right to determine overpopulation of animals?
Well, it's not us; it's the DNR.
That's us. That's
They're
human.
humans.
So
Yeah.
They're an inconvenience to us, and we're better than they are.
Yes.
yeah, we're higher up in the food chain. That's all it is. Basically, the deer.
If you
Take
take
away
away
from
factories and shit,
we
we're not
take away
higher
from
up.
them.
Do you understand the rising crime rate that deer are committing right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Deer lives matter, my friend.
They're busting calves.
They definitely are causing problems right now. The deer and possums can go, I guess, because they're disgusting. But I don't want to kill them either. I don't kill any animal. But I've always wondered, what gives humans the rights to dictate population? Humans are not even overpopulated. People say there's an overpopulation problem in the world, and there isn't. There's an issue trying to keep up production to meet human needs.
Yeah, resources versus.
But it's not even resources. One of the studies they used to do, and it's probably a little bigger now, but back when I was in school, they did this thing: if you give every single person in the world a 2-foot square place to stand, which isn't big, granted, you could fit them all in the city of Troy, Michigan. And that was true. Every person in the world in the city of Troy, Michigan. Now think about how big the city of Troy, Michigan is on a globe.
That's. You sure that science is right? That doesn't sound right.
It is. Do the math. It actually is.
So 7 billion. What are we? We're closer to 8 or 9.
I said it's
right?
probably like 2 of those cities now. This was back when I was in school.
Yeah.
And population is adjusted. But it would work. I mean, do the math. 5,280 times 5,280 for a square mile. It is 6 square miles, which leads you to 36 square miles total. So
hell of a
multiply the
mosh pit.
5280 times 5280 times 36. And that is your answer. And yeah, I don't remember the exact number, but yeah, you would meet the population. Easily.
I'm getting a calculator out.
That's a hell of a mosh pit.
I'm curious. What numbers are we multiplying now?
5280 times 5280
280 times 5280
times 36.
times 36.
36, 38, 3,
Come on, Malcolm in the middle, give it to us.
38,
Times
26,
7 billion?
38. Times,
8 billion?
So,
You guys got calculators. Why are you trying to figure this out in your heads?
because I can't read. Well, sometimes.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
600 and.
we got
Damn.
836,352,000.
280.
That's
Oops.
the number that you had me calculate.
Yeah.
And we've got 7.674 billion people as of 20.
Yeah, well, the number I got for it
That's a
was
lot.
1,300,622,400 people. And maybe he said Pontiac, which is a little bigger. It was one of the cities. I could be wrong on that because Pontiac is bigger, so maybe that's what he was saying on there, which Pontiac is like 3 times the size of that. So that would have fit then when we were at 3.5 to 4 billion people. So that would have fit.
Yeah.
So,
Moral
but
of the
even
story
taking
is-
that,
Everybody moved to Troy.
or Pontiac
But,
apparently,
yeah,
don't do
but
Troy.
I don't want to be that close to people.
But
Yeah.
even if you could fit them in, 5 cities, mind you, that's 5 very crowded cities. But compared to the size of the globe and the size of land we have on Earth, you could easily make every single person miles away from another one.
I'd like that. To be miles away. From
Yes, I would too. I would definitely too. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it is, and we have the thing to say that animals are overpopulating us, and I don't, like I said before, and I always had an issue with people who are doing it for population control, and it is inconvenience. That's all it is.
Yeah, but I'm sure they.
They could have factors as well that there's
Right.
too many of them.
Too
and
many
so they're
accidents.
and the deers are starving and they're
Right.
causing accidents and that
Too many
kind of
jumping
stuff,
onto
right?
the freeway, yeah, that sort of thing.
That's one thing.
But these
They're
are
also eat a
these
lot
are
of
all
crap.
man-made things.
Yes.
It is our inconvenience because we made these items.
Yeah,
sure.
we are superior.
Yeah.
therefore
We're superior,
can
so we
kill
take
them.
them out.
We're not superior. Take away our fucking guns and our prepackaged burgers and see how long we last.
I like
John's the only one who's got a shot. We're going to try to make friends with the animals.
As much as you're rooting for the
punching
deer
them.
uprising, it's just not going to happen.
But I
This deer
never
gonna
have
take
seen
over.
it as being as big of a problem as it was. Now I can see in other countries, maybe like Cole Orton, for being across the pond, they don't have in like England. I don't know about Germany how much it is. They don't have as much forestation as compared to populated areas. Whereas we have so many unpopulated areas in the United States. Like that easily outweighs the number of populated areas.
Yeah.
Jan says, if I remember correctly, don't remember who did it, but there was a huge problem with deers in Michigan at one time, and they were fed a mixture of whatever food, and it was birth control. Yeah, because that's our right. They do that, and I'm probably alone, or few people agree with me, but I do think it's a problem. I don't think we should control it. I don't think we should have that kind of control over species. Mosquitoes, yes, work on that one.
No, and with the whole overpopulation thing, right? We don't really have a right to say that it is an overpopulated thing. But if people are willing to hunt and eat the meat, and it's not really going to waste,
And I
if
agree with
if it's
that.
a sport killing and it's just get rid of them because they're a nuisance, we can't do anything with them. That's one thing.
Right.
But if it's okay, hey, there are people, like John, who like to hunt and eat venison. Okay, you guys, this year
respect
there's a larger population, so instead of 2, you can have 3 apiece.
Right.
Yes, that's
You know.
exactly what the DNR did.
Yeah, and I'm okay with people who hunt for the food. I get that. But isn't it a kind of a little bit on the ironic side when they talk about, these animals are overpopulating, but yet they're constantly growing more just to mutilate and feed us?
Well, how do you feel about cats and dogs getting spayed and neutered?
I am pretty much against it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I think humans are a very arrogant species sometimes.
Yeah.
To think that we have the right to control all these animals for no other reason than inconvenience.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. I was having this conversation with my wife the other day about how, declawing. My condo requires that I get my cat's front paws declawed in order to have a cat. So
Yeah.
I had to get it done in order to have a cat. All of my cats are inside cats. And there's a big sort of, controversy definitely about declawing cats nowadays. And at the same time, those kind of same people are very much for taking the reproductive qualities out of animals, and they're perfectly fine with that. But the declawing is something that's barbaric. And to me, that's sort of
I agree.
It's a very strange view.
I understand why some people do it, but I do see it as a barbaric process too. It's their natural.
Right.
They need it to live. Coloran says they have deer, but they breed like rabbits, and we need to call them regular because we happen to kill off all the natural predators of deer like the wolves hundreds of years ago. And that's where things get muddled. And again, it all boils down to our responsibility as humans.
Yeah.
That we did it. But like I said, understandable over there. I don't think you have as many open areas as like we do in the United States, by contrast. And Jan says that Gabe's voice reminds him of Isaac Hayes. So Gabe, just do me a favor and say, hello, children.
Hello, children.
Okay, just wanted to check.
That's terrible.
on All right. Well, you know what we're going to do really quick before we continue this, and we probably won't go much longer afterwards, but we only have 4 entries, so your odds are pretty good right now. For those that did engage in the chat, we're going to give away that water bottle. That's right, because that's what we do. This wonderful aluminum ESV water bottle could be yours. Ooh,
Mint
I
leaves
know,
and a
isn't it?
lime and lemon.
Now with lemon.
It was a good picture. I liked it. It's our newest
Very
product
nice.
too, so I thought I'd give it away. So let's do that. And let's see where we all are. Okay, so here
Drum
we
roll.
are.
You need to
We're gonna
get the-
find out of these 4 who's winning it.
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
And the winner is
You need to get the sound effect from Price is Right.
Corn. You get the water bottle for us. We're gonna send that over to you.
Fake confetti.
All right, Corn.
We need some piston sound effects right now.
All right, congratulations, Cole. Congratulations right now. So what we'll need you to do, Cole, if you can, because you're on Twitch, if you get a moment, send an email to support@earshouldervoice.com. If you could do that at
White says, "Damn it."
support@earshouldervoice.com. I know. I'm going to actually put that on screen for you. Should have probably done that, but here we go. Okay. So send that email to us. Just type winner in the subject, and you can send your address and information if you'd like to, and we'll get it out to you. All right? Sound good? Sounds good to me.
Congratulations.
It's a new
Congratulations.
car.
It's a new car. We're not that rich. We can't give away a new car yet. I was like,
Not supplied with actual lemon.
You can give away my 2011 Ford Focus. That's
Oh
the-
god, nobody wants that.
I would say you can tell me whatever liquid you want to put in there, but unfortunately it might not last overseas.
You get a brand new picture.
Jan says, damn it. Sorry you didn't win it,
thermos.
Jan, but you could win it next time.
A new
Sends
picture
an
of a
envelope
thermos.
with a picture.
What is this?
That's all it is.
eBay?
It's the picture. It's the
You
picture.
get the photo. I'd frame
You
it.
get a nice new ESV box. So that's nice.
I'm sorry, but you have to pay for shipping and handling too.
That's it.
Jan, don't be greedy. You might win something in the future.
Just keep
A
it
new
inside.
car.
See, Cole can't get away otherwise because he's the only one I know that's overseas. So if I get an address in the USA, I know it's not Cole. All right.
Right.
Of course,
Maybe-
knowing
maybe
Jan,
he's got
she's probably
family.
going to get some kind of forwarding PO box in the UK just to send out over back to her. She wants it. She wants it. So, well, this has been definitely a conversation.
Yeah.
To
I
say
ate
the
dinner
least.
beforehand.
So we
but
need to
now
give
I'm
away more
hungry
water
again.
bottles.
I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah.
I am too. I'm like thinking, I want meat. Where can I go to get some meat?
I actually have like
Come over my
in the
house.
freezer.
Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm gonna, John. I'm
Green
coming
Valley.
over to take some venison.
Please do. I have so much.
All right.
Literally.
All right. And in fact, everybody watching, go to John's house.
I haven't
He's
had
got-
salad.
So much for that fucking salad, huh?
Oh, it's over here.
Oh, there it is.
Just push that to the side. We don't need. We talk too much meat. It's like I need a sandwich.
I need my sandwich.
How long has that been sitting there? You didn't get up and make anything.
It's been. The cat made it for me.
Just turned into.
I don't know how you pulled that one off.
Yeah.
Milo's well trained.
He is very trained.
He
Trained to
is.
fuck shit up.
Well, this has been good. We got to talk about a few things on there. Jan, I want to say that I really hope everything goes better for you. Hope everything turns out. Keep us posted on what's happening because we do care. Jan says she's using her senior discount here. Send it to the nicest, old, sexiest lady you've ever met. I don't know where Michelle Pfeiffer lives right now, but
Same. I'm pretty sure
California.
she's in Hollywood still.
I don't think she lives there.
I
They all
wish.
do.
You are one of the
They all-
nicest,
They're all on a farm in Hollywood.
old, sexiest ladies I've ever met.
2 feet apart.
Senior discounts. We don't
They're
give
very
senior.
nice to their cows
How
there.
can I do a senior discount? I'm free. I'm like,
Happy cows come from California.
if I could use your senior discount to buy it for Cole Orton, then I would. Because I still have to buy it. But he's happy about that. So I want to thank everybody for being here right now. It was a good conversation. I had no idea where this conversation was going to go.
We never knew.
But yeah, Procrastination was good, and actually, this is all due to Drina. Just mentioning eating fish out of the Detroit River, but I stand by that statement, Drina. Don't.
No,
Yes.
No,
Don't
that's
eat
all-
anything out of the Detroit River.
or the St. Clair.
No.
it's
Especially if
weird.
it looks like the Simpsons fish.
Yeah, 3 eyes.
And sometimes you don't know. Yeah, and if you like cut into it and a sock comes out, that's from the Detroit River. Don't.
Yeah.
That would
is
be bad.
Not a good sock. You don't want to eat that or wear that.
No.
Neither one.
Not at all. But thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm not even going to do the final thing right now, just because I think we talked about eating healthier, so I don't have to do a advice of life, because eating healthy is one of them. So we won't even
Eat
do that.
healthy. Just do that.
Drink
No
water.
news stories. Absolutely. It's been a good show. I want to thank everybody in the chat for being here. This show is nothing without you. We love to hear your topics. We love to hear you talk. So you guys all have a great night. Thank you, Anthony, Hardy, and Gabe.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Bambito.
Hey guys, Keith Litfin here for Ear, Shoulder, Voice. While you're here, why don't you like, share, subscribe, and follow so you can be notified of all our new broadcasts that we're bringing to you live every week and live chat during the show. You can also head on over to www.earshouldervoice.com, find out more information, suggest topics you'd like to see our panel discuss, and even apply to be a guest panelist yourself. I want some steak so bad right now.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
All right. I was going to bring this up on that segment, but since we got started talking about something else. So about a year and a half ago, I got a root canal, right? The guy who did it was aces. Like, he was super confident, super cocky, but he did a awesome job and knocked it out in like 20 minutes. Like a pro. So I got to get another root canal. So I was trying to find his name because I didn't know it. So I started looking him up. Only to find a news article that in 2012 he was arrested for making fake prescriptions
Nice.
for painkillers.
Oh.
Okay. He is still practicing, obviously, because I got it done in 2019. Okay. But looking at his office that he used to have back in the day, it is now closed permanently. It just says closed permanently. And the office that he works at now is sort of one of those franchise kind of dentist office. Would you go to that guy again if he was awesome?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still would.
He
'Cause
got the job done.
right.
He's
That's
gonna
what
get
it's
the
about.
job done again.
That's true.
If we only got jobs done by people who had no other issues in their entire life, we'd never have anything get done for us.
Right.
Or never did anything wrong. If they do the job and they do it well, I would definitely go back.
Yeah, I was leaning towards that. So
Do you need another root canal?
I do.
Ooh.
That's no fun.
Well, the funny thing is that a year ago when I cracked this tooth, a week later I cracked this one after I got this one done. And then I just lived with it for a year. So, yeah.
Okay, well, go back to that guy.
I shall.
Just don't ask for pain meds.
Well, or do.
Or do.
Yeah.
I guess
And-
you might get him.
Ask him if you get a cheap
You know what I
prescription.
mean? Know what I mean? Nudge, nudge.
And what the fuck, John? I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, I'm not happy with you right now.
That's fine.
With all this, well, fuck you too. You're supposed to be miserable
What's
about that.
Why am I miserable?
All this talk about these fucking animals and I want food, and it took you an hour to eat your fucking shit. So I'm constantly watching you eating. And we're talking about food. Don't do
You
that.
want me to virtually send you some food?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
virtually send some food.
FDA approved virtual.
This
food.
is our last open forum until June, so that's good.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello. That's just creepy. Who is it?
Yep.
I don't think he can hear you.
All right. Thanks for sharing and leaving us in the dark. Okay.
Saying goodnight to my daughter.
Oh, it's your daughter. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm getting a new helmet
You're getting a new helmet?
tomorrow.
Wow, that's great.
Aw.
Okay.
Oh, we could have been talking about him this whole time. Damn.
Oh yeah.
I shall mute this again since this is entertaining.
All right. It was good to have everybody here. Hopefully
a good
we'll.
show.
Yeah, we'll. I don't even know if we're gonna have a show next Wednesday. We should, but if I'm not back in time, we won't.
Okay.
I should be back in time, but who knows? Because it's vacation for me.
Yeah.
And I might actually, for the first time, say fuck it and stay as long as I possibly can,
Enjoy yourself.
instead of having to just work the whole time and come home.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
But our open forums will be back in June. Looking forward to it.
Woohoo!